Who wins the Brownlow? I know who won't win it.
You've got the Lalas already.
I just reckon I wouldn't even bother. If I was Nick Baker, I wouldn't turn up. I wouldn't come. I'd send
are you saying Lockie Ash wasn't a deserving winner?
Yeah, I think Lockie Ash was great.
That's all.
But he wasn't best on ground.
I actually didn't mind Gary Lyons' response to it.
Yeah, I don't mind Gary Lyons' response to it either. Just saying he wasn't best on ground.
Caleb Sarong wins the Brownlow.
Yeah.
Big vote getter.
Yep.
Well, I've got to tip someone, and I think
I'm hearing my big mate, the big American's training the house down over there.
He's always presented himself well.
Yeah, and I think he likes it a lot over there, and they like him. Suddenly, the big American and some of his idiosyncratic tendencies over here, which for some reason used to get people offside again, because heaven forbid somebody does something a bit different. Over there, they're loving it.
Good.
He's the darling of WA tourism.
Nice.
He is.
He's
going
got
really
the
well.
big personality.
Who wins the flag?
Brisbane.
You reckon?
I've got Fremantle after the regular season finishing on top.
Yeah.
So that's why Caleb Sarong's my Brownlow tip, because you win enough games, it helps. Yeah. But I still think Brisbane win it.
Tony Cochran rings me every day to tell me the Gold Coast are going to win it.
Has he put his money on it again? Remember he was going to win a boatload of money.
Yeah. I might have been the first to ring him when he didn't, by the way. So.
Apart from Collingwood, who's going to win the flag in your eyes?
No, I think those two are the standouts. Yeah. Yep. Brisbane are great. Yep. In or out. Okay. People will complain about the top 10 until they get more finals matches, right.
In.
Yeah, well,
of course
everyone complains about everything. If you're heading out Gold Bars in Burke Street, someone complains you're too heavy. I mean, it's just, come on. Everyone will complain until the games come up and you go, wow.
And their team's in it.
Yeah, and there's 5 teams trying to play for, it'll be fine. As I said, I had a more nuanced way of doing it, but let's start with this and see how we go. Incoming AFL chair Craig Drummond will have an immediate impact.
Out. I'm not saying he won't be effective, but I don't think what I know of Craig Drummond, I don't think he's a massive come in and all guns blazing and we're going to have a shift. So I'm not saying he won't have an impact. I'm just referencing that word immediate.
Okay.
I think he's a type of what's going on here? Like, where's the lay of the land? Where are people sitting? The old who's who in the zoo. Without being making it sound like it's a paradox, I think he'll have a immediate subtle impact. Yeah.
I do know that he has things that he is keen and he doesn't want to just come in and be Richard Goyder light or Richard Goyder equal or Richard Goyder plus. I've met with him over the summer a couple of times, and he's got his. He thinks. I'll tell you what he has been doing. He's been consulting,
and that's what I mean.
Widely,
and that's what
he does.
Yeah, I'm not diminishing the impact he'll have. I just think he'll take that approach.
Yeah.
And then it'll happen.
Yep. Match Review will have a very common sense, sensible approach in 2026.
Do you want to go first?
If they make one appointment.
Ooh. Who?
Dermot Brereton.
Okay. Why are we getting the great Derm?
Because if they are going to go to a scenario where you're looking to see whether it was a part of play as opposed to a violent act, then you need somebody who understands that, and no one knows that better than Dermot. He's not in the media anymore. I would hire Dermot Brereton in a heartbeat to work with Michael Christian on those reviews. I think he has got the best feel for the game of what needs to happen in a game of football to keep the physicality and the brutalness of the game, because we don't want to get rid of that. It's a brutal invasion game. That's what the game is. But what we don't want is bordering on the criminal act, which a player did go to court once upon a time.
Right.
So that's what I think that would be embraced by everybody as well, because everyone knows that Dermot's got the understanding, the intellect, and he'd be pretty good to explain it as well.
Okay, can I throw in a quick?
That would be a good one.
Could I throw in a quick in or out?
Yeah.
You can do it on the AFL website. Televise the tribunal. We already get the written. We already get the written feed.
I laugh again. I have still got a letter from Tony Peake at the AFL from 88-ish, that I will have because I lobbied to do a live broadcast or at least come in and shoot it for Channel 10's doing the rounds back in those days, that I would get first go. I've still got it.
Put it on the AFL website. You're educating the fans. You bring them along for the ride.
Mate, I'm
You've
totally
already got people
with you.
typing it out. You might as well just turn the camera on.
I'm with you, mate. This is why we're still typing things out. This is where it's all at. Put it on. More content.
And it's there. It can be like a little channel for...
Mate, if people are watching maths in their millions, why wouldn't you watch this? You know, far more entertaining watching what goes on at the tribunal.
So we're both in on the little added one.
Well, I mean, Judge Judy still rates through, or not anymore. Is she brown bread? Old Judge Judy.
Is she still with us?
That's what I said. Is she brown bread? No. But you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm with you.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that we still, a little bit backward here.
All right, this is an easy in for you. The NFL at the G during the finals will overshadow the grand final. That's a big out.
That's a big out, and there's enough gap in between because it'll be probably the second round of the finals.
Nothing overshadows the grand final.
No, and what we should be doing, and I know this is being worked on because I'm involved in it, is to actually harness the horsepower of the NFL coming to town and roll that into the grand final.
Nice.
Into the finals.
No, it won't overshadow the grand final.
And you know what? We've seen all the AFL people go for years to the Super Bowl and they sit there and they watch the game. There's only so much you can learn from that. All right? What we're going to do is we're going to actually see it happen in real time. So instead of experimenting, like years ago, Ross Oakley brought the AFL experience, which was the knockoff of what they do at the NFL experience at the Super Bowl. And it really was good, except they didn't put enough money into it to make it great.
Yep.
Now they're bringing everything to town, and it's a bit like the tennis. When we were satisfied with it at Kooyong, and it was a nice little happy-go-lucky tennis tournament compared to what was happening elsewhere, we were about to get knocked off by the Lipton's International. Did you know that?
No.
The Americans were going to actually cut Australia off as a Grand Slam and put the Liptons, which was the only other, was the fifth of the 2-week men's-women's draw tournament down in Florida. And they had the idea, well, we have 3 majors in golf and you have the British. Why do we need to go down to, hayseed Melbourne, Australia at Kooyong? Suddenly now, because we've turned it into something that is bigger than anywhere else in the world. So the old days of looking at America and, we'll take a bit of that or we'll take a bit of that. No, we have to go. And I think what's going to be great for our game is the understanding of what happens. For example, using all the infrastructure at Rod Laver Arena and Centre Point and John Cain and Margaret Court, instead of putting up marquees and putting them down, there it is. Plumbed in, roof on, kitchens, everything there. This is fantastic. And that'll happen into our grand final. I think we'll have a far bigger final series because of the impact of the NFL.
Or our short holding buying segment, which we do every year heading to 26. We might alternate these teams to punch through them. So I'll fire the first one at you. Adelaide.
Buying.
Brisbane. I'll buy Brisbane.
You're buying severely Brisbane, aren't you?
Yes.
All right.
Carlton for you.
I'm buying them. I think they'll be better. They won't win it. They won't win it or anything, but I think they're starting to build. Collingwood.
I'm holding. It'll be a test of their depth if they get some injuries.
Yeah.
But they're still experienced and good enough.
Yeah, well, there'll be some questions as well because Brady Meyer going out of the team and a few others. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, a huge year. Touch wood. Let me get as much wood as I can touch. That Scott Pendlebury breaks the record this year.
The Bombers, Essendon.
I think the Bombers are on the way up, but not for a couple of more years are they going to make a difference.
All right.
So what am I doing there? Holding, I suppose. They're the same as what they were last year.
I'm going to buy...
But better, if you know what I mean.
I'm going to buy Freo.
Freo, yeah, I'm buying Freo.
Yeah, I've actually got them finishing on top of the ladder at the end of the regular season.
Geelong.
Yeah, they're yours. What are you reckon about?
Oh, they're mine, are they?
Yeah, well, I just bought Freo. What are you doing with your Geelong stocks?
I mean, the Cats are going to be there. So I'm holding because they played in the grand final this year.
Well, they'll just be the same as they every year. Yep.
Yeah.
Gold Coast, I'm going
to
buying. Bye.
GWS.
I'm going to short the Giants a little bit.
Yeah, Green's injury.
Taylor's not starting the year. Bedford's out for 4 to 6. Callahan's out for a couple.
Clary's the one there.
And I think it's an unknown with Clary. That's fair.
Either you've imported a lot of trouble or you've been able to pull one off where he's pulled his head in and ready to go because they need him to now.
Yeah,
so
they do.
It's no longer he's the steak knives. He's the full cutlery now. He's going
Correct.
to actually get in there.
I don't think it's going to be a huge
Full
drop-off.
canteen of cutlery is what I was looking for.
I don't think it's going to be a huge drop-off, but I'll just short it a little bit at the moment.
Okay, Hawthorn.
I'm going to hold.
Yeah, Will Day. Melbourne, sell.
Yeah, I think they're going to take a half a step back before they come forward.
Yeah. Well, I reckon they're still heading backwards at a rate.
North Melbourne.
Well, I think they're going to be moving up, but not enough.
I'm going to buy.
Hold, I suppose.
Well, I'm going to buy a small amount of stock.
I think they're better. Again, I think there's upside because they want to be, but they've got some blokes who can play down there. The injury is going to be the killer for them for their good blokes if they can get them on the park, but not enough to do anything. Port Adelaide.
The pair. I'm going to short the pair.
What's the pair?
Port Adelaide pair. Port Adelaide pair. That's their nickname. The pair.
I like them as the cockle divers still.
I'm sure they do as well.
That's what they were called. Why wouldn't you embrace the cockle divers?
Oh, you're having a laugh, are you?
No.
How do you yell that out after you've had
How
three
do you reckon? Don't you reckon that'd be fantastic?
Come on, the cocks.
Come on. Exactly.
Jeez. I don't think that goes down well with the family membership, does it?
It's better than what they call them now half the time.
I don't know about that.
Cockle dive, they should embrace the magenta colour that no one else has and the cockle dive.
I don't mind using a bit of magenta here and there, but
and can we actually call, they call that prison bar jumper. It's not. It's actually the silhouette of the Port Pier.
yeah, the pears.
The pier.
The pears.
The pears.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, compare the pair.
The Tigers.
Tigers. Another year for them to come good, but I think everyone likes what they said. Tigerland.
St Kilda.
Wow, this is just set up beautifully to get St Kilda onto the MCG for round one against Collingwood. And they're going to come out and they're going to be bursting with pride. And Collingwood, they might call us pricks, but we are. We're going to prick their bubble right off the bat. I think they'll be good, though, the Saints this year. But
So you're buying them or what?
well,
I'm buying them.
no, I want to wait a week to buy them because I'll get them cheaper.
So you're holding then?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I might sell while... No, I will sell while they're optimistic and then buy when they're pessimistic.
Yeah, smart.
And then they'll come good. So I'm going to trade St Kilda this year.
You're Renee Ripken here.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's that. Jeez, could have said Warren Buffett. I would have been up for that a bit more than Renee Ripken.
Gordon Gecko.
Sydney.
I'm buying. I don't think they'll start the year as poorly as they did last year.
West Coast.
Just going to hold.
Yeah.
I think they still need another year of this young group. They're draftees. I was a big track watcher. They've got not only some high-end talent with this group of draftees, but got some high-end character guys as well. Not saying they haven't in recent times. I just know this group pretty well.
Yeah. Western Bulldogs, who I think had more players representing WA and Victoria than any other club, or equal, something like that, close enough. In other words, they've got some good players. They've got some stars.
I'm buying them.
Some would say maybe 1 and 2 in the competition if you think Bonapelli and Darcy are those players.
I love watching Sam Darcy play football.
Because you wouldn't put Dacos number 1 because he never gets the number 1. But anyway.
Don't get shirty yet. Save it for the year.
Mate, we just laugh. The whisper. He just keeps going.
It'd be great to see the Bulldogs get off to a really good start in the first 6 weeks so they actually lock in a top 4 spot.
Yeah.
So I'm buying them because I think they will do that.
Okay. Well, mate, let's get stuck into the season. Join us for another season of Eddie and Jimmy. We're back on Monday, leading up to the opening round, which is Monday, March the 2nd. Follow us on Eddie and Jimmy, wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks to Tab, and great to have Tab back with us. Instagram, we're a brand new home on Instagram. Follow Eddie and Jimmy. YouTube.
Eddie and Jimmy.
There it is. So what's the common thread here?
Just punch in Eddie and Jimmy and whatever comes up, follow it.
And if you want to send us your questions as well, because we'll do them on a Wednesday, Eddie and Jimmy at 9.com.au. Thanks to Tab, this is Eddie and Jimmy.